and welcome to Bambasbat. In this video, I'm going to talk about Latin superlatives and why they're the best Latin adjectives. That's a little bit of a Latin joke. I will get to that later. As we're talking about superlatives, it'll be really helpful if you know your noun endings, especially the first and second declension. The reason for that will become clear, but if you don't already have this, go and download my free noun endings guide from the link in the description below. It'll really help you out to just have this to hand as we go through how superlatives work in Latin. So what are superlatives? Well, they're a type of adjective, and they are translated using the words very, most, or ist. So very happy, most happy, the happiest. These are superlatives in English. If you're not sure about adjectives, I'm just going to really quickly run through what they are. So they describe a noun, and in Latin, they have to agree in case, number, and gender with the noun that they're describing. For example, Laetus servus means the happy slave. Servus is nominative in case, it's singular and it's masculine. So is laetus, it's nominative, masculine, singular. Laetai puellae is also an adjective noun phrase. Laetai goes with puellae, they match in case, number, and gender. They could be nominative, plural, feminine, or it could be genitive singular or dative singular, also feminine. We're not sure, you'd have to see from context. But they do agree. These two examples at the bottom are from 212 adjectives. If you're not sure about these, I have a whole video about them and I'll put a link in the description below. But they're called 212 because they follow the second declension endings for masculine nouns, the first declension endings for feminine nouns, and the second declension neuter endings if they're describing neuter nouns. So we have 212 adjectives, but we also have another type, ones that look like this. Gravis servus. This means the serious slave. In this case, servus is still nominative, singular, and masculine. So gravis also has to be nominative, singular, masculine. This doesn't look like we expect. Gravia bella. Bella is nominative or accusative, plural, neuter. So gravia also has to be nominative or accusative, plural, and neuter. Gravia is a 3-3 adjective. It comes from the third declension and follows the third declension endings, whether the noun it's describing is third declension or not. What matters is the gender, not the declension. Again, I've got a video on 3-3 adjectives. I will put a link in the description. So superlatives. I've said they're a type of adjective, but they're not just the normal type of adjective. It's not just serious or happy. It's the most serious or the happiest. That's what a superlative is. We spot them in Latin using these syllables. Issim, erim, or illim. They're quite easy to spot because Latin doesn't often have double letters, but all of these do. Issim, erim, illim. And these are sort of inserted in the middle of the adjective. So you have your adjective stem, then you have this superlative indicator, and then you have your 212 endings. It doesn't matter whether the adjective was originally a 212 adjective or a 3-3 adjective. All superlatives have 212 endings, which makes it easier to learn because you just need to know your second declension and your first declension endings for superlatives. The us, that you are familiar with. Now this is just the nominative for masculine, feminine, and neuter. Us, masculine, feminine, neuter. But of course, as we have said, they have to agree in case and number as well as gender. So if a superlative is describing a masculine noun, it declines from us to eoo, all the way down to plurals. If it's a feminine noun, it's am, I, and down to plurals. And with it's quam, eoo, down to plurals. Again, if you're not sure about these endings, just go and grab my noun endings guide. It's completely free. You just download it. And it will really help because it has all these endings written out in pretty colours. So laetissimus dominus. Laetissimus has the issim syllables we were talking about before to spot the superlative with. And it also has us at the end, which matches dominus. Dominus is a masculine singular nominative. So is laetissimus. It means the very happy master, or the happiest master, or the most happy master. Pulcherrima puella. Pulcherrima has that double R syllable. Erim. So it means the most beautiful. And it is a feminine nominative singular. It is describing Puella, who is also a feminine nominative singular, the very beautiful girl or the most handsome girl. Ferocissimum flumen. This one is a little bit trickier. Flumen is third declension, so it doesn't necessarily look like we expect. However, flumen is a nominative. It is also neuter. So flumen means the river. Ferocissimum is also nominative neuter to go with flumen. It means the most fierce river, or the most ferocious river, or the very ferocious river. You have lots of different ways to translate a superlative. Just pick whichever one sounds most natural. Now, all three of these are nominatives, just to show you the us, endings. But as we've said, superlatives have to agree in case, number, and gender with the noun they are describing. So fluminis is genitive, singular, and neuter. The neuter never changes, but this is now genitive. So we had it as nominative before, now it's genitive. So I need to use ferocissimi as my superlative. The issim shows me that it is superlative. It has the double S in the additional syllables, issim. And then it has the genitive singular ending for neuter nouns. It uses the second declension neuter endings, even though fluminis is third declension. Declension doesn't matter. What matters is the gender of the noun it is describing. So let's have a look at some examples. I'm going to go through these now, but if you want to have a go on your own, you can pause the video here. Number 1. Puellam audacissimam in foro vidi. Now, puellam is accusative, so first of all, I'm not going to start that. I'm going to go straight to my verb vidi. Vidi means I saw. So I'm in charge, I'm the nominative. I saw puellam audacissimam. Audacissimam is my superlative. If I look at my vocab list, I have audax, which means brave. In this case, audacissimam is accusative feminine singular, and therefore it goes with puellam, which is also accusative feminine singular. So I saw the bravest girl or the boldest girl in the forum. The very bold, the very brave girl. Audacissimam. Number 2. Pueri felicissimi currunt. Felicissimi here is my superlative, and it comes from felix, which means happy. So this means very happy, or the happiest, or the most happy. Now it ends with an I. The easiest thing to do is check whether it looks like anything else. It's not always the case, but in this case, pueri, it does look like it matches. Let's double check. Pueri is a second declension masculine noun, so the I ending is either genitive singular or plural nominative. In this case, my verb currunt is plural as well. They run. So I'm going to say that pueri is a nominative plural. Felicissimi can also be nominative masculine plural, so they go together. So this sentence means the very happy boys are running, or the very happy boys run. Number 3. Donnum pulcherrimo seni da. Da is a really interesting form of a verb. It comes from do, dare, which means to give, and it's an imperative, so it means give. It's an order. So give, donnum, my accusative, a gift or the gift, pulcherrimo seni. Now seni is a third declension noun, so that tells me I need to be thinking about my third declension endings to figure out the case. It is a dative singular, so to the old man. Pulcherrimo uses the 2-1-2 endings for adjectives. So it follows the second declension masculine endings because seni is a masculine noun. So the adjective has to be masculine as well. If I think through the endings for my masculine adjectives, pulcherrimo is dative as well. It follows my masculine adjective endings. Pulcherrimo goes with seni. Give a gift to the most handsome old man. Number 4. Iratissimai sorores punire debent. Iratissimai is nominative plural. It could also be genitive or dative singular, so we'll keep that in mind. Sorores, however, is plural, and it is a nominative feminine noun. So sorores means sisters. Iratissimai can go with this. It can agree with sorores. So let's try that to begin with. The very angry or the angriest sisters debent ought or should, punere, to be punished, passive infinitive. The most angry sisters must be punished or ought to be punished. So that's how regular superlatives work, but there are a few, just like in English, that don't follow this pattern. Let's have a look at some of them now. Bonus at that means good. The superlative is optimus at so it still uses the us at endings, the 2-1-2 endings, but the actual word itself has changed. Bonus, good, optimus, the best. It's also irregular in English. Malus, bad. Pessimus, the worst. Again, it's irregular in English as well, but it still uses the us at endings that we expect. Magnus at Magnus means big. Maximus means the biggest. So that's regular in English, but irregular in Latin. Maximus. And parvus is small. Minimus is the smallest. Again, it has a different stem, but it still has the us at endings. So these ones can't be noticed with the double letters, so you just have to learn these ones. Superlatives can also be used with a very interesting word. Quam can do a lot of different things in Latin. It pulls a lot of weight. In this case, if it's with a superlative, it has a very specific meaning. So quam pulcherimus means as beautiful as possible. So the boy was as beautiful as possible. That is a phrase. Now, I've said the boy because pulcherimus is masculine. So be aware, if you see quam and any superlative, it means as something as possible. As fast as possible, as cold as possible. Any of these things can be used with quam and a superlative. So now I hope you see why superlatives are the best Latin adjectives. That's my Latin joke. You translate superlatives using most or ist or very. I know, I'm hilarious. And that's all there is to Latin superlatives. I hope it's been useful. Do go and download that noun endings guide from the link in the description below. It'll just help you out as you learn your 2-1-2 endings. I hope this has helped, and I'll see you next time on Bambasbat.